Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well and ready for another recipe. Today we are going to make cabbage patty, and we need a cabbage and some onion, that one large onion chopped, and about 6 to 7 cloves of garlic also chopped, and fresh coriander, and 2 eggs. The spices I will tell you later on when we get to them. We need a small cabbage or a half of a large cabbage, and I'm gonna cut it into 2 pieces to use 1/2, and I'm using steel mesh gloves to protect my hands, and using a sharp long knife to do that. This cabbage is very stiff, and it needs some force to cut it. Now I'm going to cut the cabbage the way I will show you. Let me get rid of this top one. We first cut it like this, like a ribbon, and then we are going to cut the ribbons into smaller pieces. I will do a sample for you and do the rest off the camera. We are trying to get them into small pieces, because that way it will be holding much better in a patty. You can do 2 things: either boil the cabbage when you cut them into small pieces, boil them and then drain them, get rid of the moisture and use it, or you can do it you can fry it in the frying pan. It's just enough to get it soft. We need to have a cabbage to be soft. So now I'm going to put this aside and do the rest of the cabbage off the camera. Don't want to waste your time seeing me doing all the cabbage. I do that piece in a bit and then get back to you. Now we are going to have the spices ready. We are going to use half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of coriander seed powder, half a teaspoon of cumin seed powder, half a teaspoon of dry ginger powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of red pepper. This is cayenne. If you don't want it, you don't like it spicy, you don't have to add this, but I like it spicy, so I'm adding red pepper as well. And also we are going to add 1 teaspoon of curry powder. This is the southern curry powder that I'm using. You can use any curry powder you like, whatever tastes better for you. And I'm also going to use some aromatic herb mixture. This is the mixture that I made myself, and I put the ingredients in the description. You can have a look. You can use any aromatic herb that you like. This is a good mix that I've made. And we are also going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. Now our spices are ready. We put a couple of frying pans on the stove and add cooking oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. On 1 frying pan we are adding the onions and the garlic. We spread it and wait for the onion and garlic to get cooked a little. We spread it so that the heat gets to all of it evenly. On the larger frying pan we are going to add the cabbage. As I mentioned, you can also boil this, but then you have to drain it and squeeze it to get rid of the moisture. I prefer to put it in the frying pan, and this way we get less moisture in it, which is better for patty to hold. Now our onion and garlic is almost ready. We are going to add the spices. We add all the spices and then mix it with the onion and garlic and turn the heat off. I have also turned the heat off on the cabbage because they're done as much as we want them. and we remove them from the stove so that they cool down, because we need to handle them later on. Now we get a large bowl and start adding the ingredients. First the cabbage, now we are adding the onion and garlic and the spices. Now we are going to add the cornstarch, or you can use all-purpose wheat flour, and we also use some breadcrumbs, so that's 2 tablespoons each. And we are going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, now we add 2 eggs and chopped fresh coriander. And now we mix everything. The more we mix it, the better, so that we make the whole thing uniform. When everything is mixed, we are going to cover it with a nylon sheet and keep it aside for 1 to 2 hours to settle. If you have a container that can have a cover, that's fine too. So I'm going to cover this with nylon sheet. Now while we are waiting for the dough we made to get ready, we are going to prepare the sauce. So I'm going to grind 3 Persian cucumbers. You can use 1 long English instead. I will do the other 2 off the camera. Now the cucumbers are done. We are going to prepare some garlic You need about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, we need some plain yogurt. This is a plain yogurt that I've added some thick Persian breakfast cream. If you can't get that, you can use any thick cream and add it to your yogurt. It gives it a great taste and creamy taste and feeling. Now I add the cucumbers and the garlic and stir to see if the cucumber is enough and the yogurt is enough. Then I add a little bit of each. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, and add some more plain yogurt. In Persian, this sauce is called khiyar sir mast, means cucumber, garlic, yogurt. The Greeks have the almost same thing, and they call it tzatziki, as most of you know. Now I add some more cucumber. There is enough room for it. Of course, the cream is something that I always add. Not everybody else does, but it makes it a lot more delicious. You can try if you haven't already. Now I add some rose petal on top. This is to make it look beautiful, and also it's very good for the digestion. Now I add oil into a frying pan and wait for it to heat up. Now I place the molds in the frying pan. I'm going to fry the patties in two different styles. One is using the mold and the other one using the scoop. So when the oil is hot enough, I'm going to add some of the mixture in the mold and press it down. The heat should be on the medium. I use the back of a spoon put it in the oil and then push down on the mixture so that there will be no cavity. So now the last one. This dish, as you can see, it's very easy to make, and it's rather cheap, and it's a complete meal and quite healthy. Now we wait for one side to get ready, and then we will shake the mold to remove it. Not ready yet. Okay, that's fine. They should all come out easily. If not, you use a knife to scratch the sides and then remove it. We wait a little bit, and when we think one side is done, we're gonna flip them over. Very nicely done. And when the other side is done, we're going to remove them and put them on the paper towel so that the paper towel absorbs the extra oil. Now I'm going to use the other method and use the scoop. So what we need to do is to fill up the scoop. Make sure it is completely full and pressed down so that it gets a nice shape. And then we go very close to the oil and release it there. Don't drop it from the top because the hot oil will splash on you. Now we get the spatula soaked in oil and then press down on the patty to make it this shape that we like. As you can see, they all come out the same size because of the scoop being the same size. Go close and release, and then soak the spatula with oil and then press down on the top, and the more you press it down, the larger it will become and thinner. Now we turn it over. Nicely done. Now when the other side is done, I am also going to transfer them into paper towel to dry them and then put them on the serving dish and garnish with whatever you like. I'm going to garnish them with red pepper and olive, and also put the sauce that we made beside them. And here you are, it's all ready. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.